My name is Zak Harney and I'm the director of Doppelganger.
Hiya.
To be honest, it was an absolute treat to work with Alison. Like, rarely do I get to work with a writer where it's their project, it's being developed, and I'm coming to the script and the story and it kind of such a strong point. I think we were always pulling in the same direction. There was no tension. At no point did we disagree massively on things. There was one moment stood out to me where Josie is explaining that, it's very simple. My mum's in hospital and she starts to break that down. And then I was like, I'm happy. Alison, have you got a note? And she was like, what if Sarah did one where the other Josie is stupid and she was really having to explain it? And I think that was probably the favourite note that I give the entire shoot.
It's very simple, okay? You're going to tell my mum, who's in a hospice, receiving end-of-life care, that I'm Josie #1. That I always have been. I mean, you just seen it for yourself in a video. Show your mum the video.
With Doppelganger, you've obviously got the doppelganger element, so you're not just casting one role, you're casting two when you cast your lead, and you're not just casting that timeline, you're casting the past as well. We were really lucky to get Sarah Balfour. I think she's one of the best North East talents out there at the minute, and we're really lucky to have her, and she had the thankless job of playing multiple roles. Obviously, once we had her, we realised that, we've just limited our casting net down for kids in the North East who can act, who have red hair and blue eyes, which became a nightmare. But we actually got really lucky with Lola and Layla Todd. I don't know how Maria and Zara found them, but they were amazing. And yeah, from the first time I saw their tapes, I was like, that's them. Once we had Sarah and once we had Layla and Lola, I think you can then start to build the rest of the supporting cast out. I've got a hit list of people in the North East that I wanted to work with. Sarah Lewis Abuba, any excuse to work with Raoul's always great. Kellyanne Ford, and then Jack Robertson's someone that was mentioned by Candle and Bell in terms of what do we think about Jack? And then, so that kind of all fell into place beautifully. One of my approaches was, we can't just have Sarah reacting to a tennis ball. That would be an absolute nightmare. So we had Harriet Perkins, who came in, who was another person I'd kind of met on the festival circuit and was like, actually she would be a great foil to Sarah in these scenes. And I think that worked really well. Working with Candle Bell was an absolute nightmare. Working with Candle Bell was an absolute treat. I think it's very rare that you're pulling in the same direction as a production team, and I felt like every conversation we had this same vision for the film in our head. We wanted it to be the best film it could be and the best representation of the North East. And I think every decision that was made from Maria and Zara had kind of helped create the best version of the film. In terms of my directing style as well, I think a lot of the world that we were trying to create was heightened. So in order to do that, we weren't just shooting the whole film like handheld, run and gun on a zoom lens. There was certain quirks that I was like, we're going to need a circular track for one scene, or we're going to need a dolly and 30 foot of track for this scene. One of the most challenging scenes, but it's also one of my favourite scenes, is the bathroom scene. This was one of the things where I was like, Maria, we might need to build a set. We might need to build a big pink bathroom. And it was like, yeah, okay. So we built a 20 foot long, 15 foot long bathroom stall. We all say that, there's not enough regional stories, there's not enough working class stories out there. I'm always trying to push for stories being told in the North East. It's a colourful version of the North East that we've not seen before. It's not bleak and grey, it's colourful, it's bright, and it's vibrant.